There you guys, we're piddling on the most targeted citizen. Hope you guys are having a good day. Houseboat, still in the works. Working on the camper right now, trying to come up with some money. So I talked to a rental agency because I've got this perfectly good camper, right? And I'm gonna have to get rid of it one way or the other. So I could either cash out of it, just get rid of it, and take a small lick, like I could probably sell it $1,500, right? These trailers, like this right here, if I put a fifth wheel on it, that's close to $10,000 if I weld a fifth wheel on the front of this and just take the body off. It's 10 grand. I guess I probably should have done that, huh? I'll never get 10 grand out of it like this. Or will I? Showed you guys yesterday, I had to jack it up because the body, you see where it's bent out and bowed out like that? Because the body was laying down over top of the frame on both sides and it bent it out. So it jerked all that stuff loose. Well, I jacked up both sides. The only thing that was holding, or should I say the only thing that wasn't holding, well, I'll take you inside. The only thing that wasn't holding, and it isn't, but it's stupid how they build these things. I would never buy one, and I'd tell everybody, don't you buy one. Don't you do it. You're better off just building your own. But all that holds the body up is, this is your header board here, but you've just got one 2x3 bolted into there, or screwed into there. That's the only attachment point for the body to the frame that sits over top of it. That's it. It's just 2 inches here and then an inch there. So that's it. That's the only mounting point to mount your body per side. Is that too? That's just. They wouldn't even put a metal frame right there, a metal corner piece or nothing. It's just so under-engineered. It's shocking. Not only that, but I'm guessing they build this platform first, and then they put the plywood down, and then they just set the body down on top of it. Because when I took it apart, the plywood was in between here, and then drilled down through here, and then drilled up through. So the plywood was crunched in between here. Well, that's okay, I guess. That is not the way I'm going to do it at all. That's why I did this double ledger here, the header board, and then I put these metal anchors in the corner so it won't pull apart, and then I've got more strength right here. I'm just trying to strengthen up the corner in it to reinforce it. But as you can see, I've got it all laid out. I got these 16 inches on, well, 12 inches on center here, and then I went 16 inches all the way out, and put in my reinforcement. Like I said, I covered the outsides in some plastic. The bottom side is covered completely. You see it, they ripped out. Whenever you get a good tight joint, it's going to rip it out. More than likely, I'll just take a couple pieces of plastic and patch that up. But I'm going to lay insulation down on the plastic. Anywhere you see light is where water is going to come through. That's how they build them. They don't put any kind of under armor on it. But that stuff, I mean, I guess it's tough stuff. I mean, that's 20... I think his camper's probably 20 years old, and it lasted this long, but it didn't. It didn't last this long. So, the next thing I got to do is on the outside. Like I said, I've reinforced the corners here. I come through all the way outside with big lag screws. I went underneath on my mounts, underneath with big lag bolts. That way it holds it down to the frame, and then I've got these right here screwed all in. But this room is almost complete as far as the floor, and all I got to do is put the insulation down. I'm not going to do insulation till the very last. I'm not going to worry about all that. But that's a whole lot better than what it was. A whole lot better for, you know. I'm restraining myself. I still haven't cleaned out the refrigerator. I still haven't cleaned the refrigerator. I'm going to show you why. Because I have a very, very weak stomach. That's death. Blech! Sound like the maggots. I think the maggots have finally died. Ooh. That works. That actually works. Wow, that's bad, man. This right here is probably going to be my next. I got to tackle this corner, run this down. I'm dreading this. I am absolutely dreading doing this because I'm guessing. I mean, all I can do is put it back together the way it was. I took it apart. The next thing is since I've got this board here in the corner, all the way up, I'll come over here. I'll make me another block like this. Run that block in here like this, and see, there's nothing to keep it covered up too. This rubber wraps around there. I'll have to reinforce all that, but this goes in there like that. But I don't know if it's. I don't know how it's done. I don't think I saw it bolted there like that. I don't think it was bolted in it. I don't see how it could be. I just don't know. But I'm thinking something like this, or even up here, like that. But I don't know. I got in a hurry taking it apart, but I mean, I was paying attention. But when you're being mentally manipulated like I am, my memory is just destroyed because I have to. They're always implanting thoughts and always implanting memories in my head. It's bad what they do. So I catch myself at times just losing myself. The floor, as you see, is pretty rotten in some areas in these corners, and it probably needs to be removed and replaced. I can't do it by myself. I don't have any help. I can't even ask the other half in my house to step outside and hold something. Just I'm gonna bite my tongue. It's been a rough morning. But as I kill myself, working my butt off trying to make a living, other people would rather play video games and smoke cigarettes all day. It's just weird to me. Weird. Oh well. That seems like an uphill battle. I mean, I spent probably 3 hours just ripping this stuff out. It didn't take long to build. It didn't take about 10 minutes to put the floor in. I mean, put the bracing for the floor in. And once I start cutting pieces of plywood, I mean, that won't take. I can have this room done in 30 minutes. But I don't want to do it till I can close up that front area, and I'm going to stuff that full of plastic and insulation. It's got a small. Here, I'll show you. It's nice to step right there, and there actually be something there when you step. As you can see, this little piece, this little lip right there, that little lip there, right there, that's supposed to cover all that, and it's just not thick enough. It's not wide enough with the damage that this thing has incurred. You see, that's not a wide enough lip there for it to hold. This is how it goes. So more than likely what I'll do, it's got a big 2 by 10 or 2 by 8 by 93 inches, 2 by 8 by 10, something like that, beam all the way across, and it's just wrapped up in plastic. It's just weird. It's just strange, man. You just wrap something in plastic and say, here you go. Well, if that plastic gets one little hole in it, just like this, the plastic gets one little hole in it, guess what? Water gets in that one little hole, and then the water keeps building and building and building. Then you got the sweating effect where it condensates, and then it rots the whole thing. So the plastic is going to make it rot faster because it's actually holding water, and air can't get in and dry it out. Well, why did you do that? Well, I double rolled it, these beams with plastic, to save it, because these boards are not pressure treated, and the wood I took out of it isn't even pressure treated. It's weird, but I'm not spending any money. I haven't spent any money on any of these materials yet. This is all stuff I pulled out of the dumpster. So the next thing I gotta do is pull all this mess out. I'll probably put it in this room, use this room for storage now since I'm almost done with it. I still gotta connect all these outer pieces like this, but I'm not too worried about that right now until I get I gotta clean it first and then caulk the heck out of it. It's gotta. I'm just gonna put the caulk to it. I'm gonna grease this bad boy up. But yeah, that's it. This is what I'm doing today. I changed the screws I was gonna use. Use a little bit longer sheetrock screws, and every cup of one I put the longer screws in. I'll look to try to find the square-headed screws like these. Tried to find those, and hardware store doesn't have them. And if they did, they would be expensive. So I'm using these long pressure treated. It's got this coating on them. It's supposed to be rust-proof screws. I'm using those in a combination of a big old bag of sheetrock screws that I found in the trash too. And that refrigerator, as dirty as it is, that is a very expensive refrigerator. It's a three-phase refrigerator, AC, DC, and LP. So the hot water heater, the refrigerator, the heater on top, because it's an air. No, it's got a gas heater inside, and the generator all runs off LP. Man, that would be awesome. No, what I kind of lost my thought, and now I remembered it. I talked to a rental company the other week because I said, well, you know what? I got this camper here, and wouldn't it be easier for now to put this out on the water, fix it up, put it on the water, and rent it out to help fund my houseboat, while at the same time I could be living in it, okay? So to rent the big lift that it needs is $980 for 1 day rental. And then it's $300 to have it delivered. So $1,200 to use the lift to pick this thing up for 1 day. And then they want me to have a major credit card. They want me to apply for their company credit card. That way, in case there was any damage done to it, then it would be liability because it's worth over $50,000. Well, thanks to the gang stalking world that I'm in, my credit is shot to pieces because I'm gang stalked, because my life has been turned upside down. I went into several times about getting loan after loan after loan after loan after loan and paying back and paying back and paying back, and then after 5 or 6 loans, then banks start saying, they did it just to, as you hear the plane coming, just to keep making me struggle. It went from like 850. I had perfect credit, and then the next day I go to get a loan. I paid like secured loans and secured loans and secured loans. Finally, they started just giving me cash for my business. Give me cash, give me cash, give me cash. And I kept paying them off while I went for another one. And they said, I'm sorry, our credit standards have changed. You don't no longer meet, your credit score's not high enough. I said, what do you mean? I got the high score you can get. Well, we just don't think of that you're in the business that we want to be affiliated with. I'm like, what? Then I realized that they had been messing with my credit score as well in this program. And they do that to a lot of targeted individuals. A lot. They decimate your friends. They decimate your family. They decimate your livelihood. They take away everything. Everything. And the reason for this channel is to show you that even though they've taken everything from me, I'm still fighting. It's harder and harder every day to get up and keep fighting. And I'll be the first one to admit to you, the audience, I am a hard person to like. I get it. If you knew me in real life, you'd have a totally different opinion. But in this targeted world I'm in, I've been gaslighted so much. I've been abused so much. I've been... Every form of the word rape has happened to me. Every form of the word rape has happened to me. Literally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, financially. And I'm just here trying to show you guys that even though it looks worse than ever every day, and it does, it gets worse looking every day, because I know that I'm going to be around to see the end of this country, and that's terrifying. But I'm still trying. I'm still just trying to give you guys show you what you can do to make a little money here. If you got to go out and scrap a little bit, whatever you got to do to bite, scratch, and try to survive. My only option to have a place to live and be safe is on the water. That's the plan that I have. A lot of other targeted individuals are just sitting around waiting for this program to be exposed. Well, guess what? It's been exposed. The Senator Ron Wyden A Democrat senator was trying to pass a law through Congress to protect targeted individuals when people want to deny that targeted individuals are real. But to others, oh, it's just a made-up thing. God bless.